Back in the US media spotlight, Russian trolls have been accused of infiltrating Facebook to sow chaos in America. With more on that, Maupin.
Well, some stories never seem to die. Now, you'll remember how CNN was talking about a supposed army of Russian trolls that were supporting or allegedly supporting Donald Trump during the 2016 presidential elections. Well, according to a new report, this troll army seems to have returned.
Ads that was bought by this Russian troll farm on Facebook was a Black Lives Matter ad that was targeted specifically to the cities of Baltimore and Ferguson, Missouri. And this is based off of my conversation with my sources, is that the goal here was really about creating chaos.
So, according to this CNN report, based on anonymous sources, Russian advertisements were purchased on Facebook that were directed at Baltimore and at Ferguson, Missouri, when there was racial unrest going on in those two cities. Now, the interesting thing is that it's alleged in this report that the ads were not only supportive of Black Lives Matter, but also opposing Black Lives Matter, that these Russian trolls were taking two different positions. Very interesting. We're hearing, furthermore, that there was a Facebook group created called United Muslims of America, and that Russian trolls were somehow using this Facebook group, supposedly a Facebook group aimed at uniting Muslims, in order to stir the pot and stir up controversy in the United States, which is also based on anonymous sources. And we're hearing some very interesting claims. Now, apparently, it's these Russian trolls that are to blame for the feud between Donald Trump and the NFL. We know about the NFL players that have not been standing but have been taking a knee during the national anthem, and U.S. media has been covering this nonstop. I mean, it's a constant story being reported on U.S. cable news, but somehow we're to understand that Russia is to blame for the Trump NFL controversy.
The Russians and their troll farms, their internet folks, try to raise the noise level of America and make a big issue seem like an even bigger issue, as they're trying to push divisiveness in this country.
Now, the number that's being floated by Facebook of ads that were bought by what they're calling suspected Russian trolls is over $100,000. Now, they admit that's just a drop in the bucket. Even Facebook themselves are not ready to say that they have conclusive evidence that these accounts even come from Russia. They're simply saying that these are suspected accounts or anonymous accounts. The United States presidential elections are rather expensive. Millions of dollars are spent. Viewers should really ask themselves if $100,000 is enough to influence the results of a presidential election with Facebook ads. And that later this month, the House Intelligence Committee is going to hear testimony from tech companies about what they say is alleged Russian meddling in the U.S. elections. So we'll be staying tuned. We'll be hearing whatever updates come from the testimony before the U.S. Congress.